Life is complex, so is our mental health. It cannot be understood by diagnosis alone. Our philosophy is treat the person, not the mental illness.
Prior to using this hypnotic script, it is very important for you to know that you should not be doing this while driving a vehicle or anything else that requires you to be awake and alert, as this could be very dangerous. Be in a place in which you can just fully let go, relax, and participate in that full hypnotic experience. Before we begin, there is some important information that I want to share with you. It is about understanding trauma and understanding what we are going to do today to help you with the trauma that you are experiencing. I say the trauma that you are experiencing because that is the important aspect. This is not about what has happened in the past. What has happened in the past is over. What has happened in the past is over. And you have been left with an injury. Because trauma is not the events that happened to you. Trauma are the changes that occurred inside you. This is very important for you to understand before we begin. Because in this session, we will not be looking back at any memories. That is not the intent of what we are trying to do. We are not trying to fix the past. What we're trying to do is for you to be able to relate differently in your present. Now, one of the effects that has happened from the trauma is that it's changed the alarm system inside you. And your alarm system has become much more sensitive. And at times that alarm is ringing and you're feeling unsafe. And possibly you're having symptoms, maybe nightmares, maybe panic attacks. Maybe just simply feeling unsafe and hypervigilant, where you have to scan your environment all the time around you. Possibly it's difficult for you to connect with important people in your life, or maybe the things that you used to find very engaging, you don't find that you're connected to them anymore. So what we're going to do today is to try and help that alarm system that you have to be able to be not quite so intensely sensitive to the environment. We want your alarm system to continue to work because it's important. Think about the number of times that you have heard a fire alarm. And almost always it's a false alarm. But that doesn't mean that the fire alarm is unimportant. In fact, it's very important. We don't want to rip out the fire alarm or get rid of it. Because what if there's a real fire? Then you're going to need that fire alarm. And inside your body, you have an alarm system, and it's important, and we do not want to turn it off. We want it to function the way it was intended to function. And so that's what we're going to be working on today. What you can expect is that we're going to use a specific process to help you become very, very relaxed. And as you do so, it will begin to engage some of your ability to create an imaginary experience, an experience that you are experiencing here and now, almost like a dreamlike state. And hopefully, you'll find that your senses are very engaged. And when we get into that state, then we're going to be entering inside of you. The journey will be one in which you will be able to enter that inner place of yourself, and you'll be able to see and identify what may be not working properly in that alarm system, so that you can use the tools that you'll bring with you to be able to make adjustments to the alarm system so that it begins to function properly. We're going to repair that alarm system. So I'd like to talk to you for a moment to see if you can feel more comfortable and relaxed than you might expect. I'm quite sure that it will seem to you that I've really done nothing, that nothing has happened at all. You may feel a bit more relaxed in a moment, but I doubt that you'll notice any other changes. I'd like you to notice, though, if you're surprised by anything else that you might notice. Okay then. Really, the best way to begin to feel more comfortable is just to begin by sitting as comfortably as you can right now. So wherever that space is, if you're lying down or if you're sitting, just go ahead and adjust yourself into the most comfortable position that you'd like, and that's fine. Now I'd like you to notice how much more comfortable you can feel by just taking one very big, satisfying, deep breath. Go ahead. A big, deep, satisfying breath, and that's fine. You may already notice how good that feels, how warm your neck and shoulders can feel. Now then, I'd like you to take 4 more very deep, very comfortable breaths. And as you exhale, notice, just notice how comfortable your shoulders can become. And notice how comfortable your eyes can feel when they close. And when they close, just let them stay closed. And that's right. Just notice them. And notice how you, when you exhale, feel that relaxation beginning to sink in. Good. That's fine. Now as you continue to breathe comfortably and deeply and rhythmically, all I'd like you to do is just picture in your mind, just imagine a staircase, any kind you'd like, with 20 steps and you at the top. Now you don't need to see all 20 steps at once. You can see any or all of the staircase any way you like, and that's fine. Just notice yourself at the top of the staircase and the step that you're on, and any others you like. However you see it is just fine. Now, in a moment, but not yet, I'm going to begin to count out loud from 1 to 20. As you may have already guessed, as I count each number, I would like you to take a step down the staircase. See yourself stepping down. feel yourself stepping down one step for each number that I count. And all you need to do is notice, just notice, how much more comfortable and relaxed you can feel at each step as you go down the staircase. One step for each number that I count. The larger the number, the farther down the staircase. The farther down the staircase, the more comfortable you can feel. One step for each number. All right, you can begin to get ready. And now I am going to begin. One step down the staircase. Two steps down the staircase, that's fine. Three steps down the staircase, and maybe you already notice how much more relaxed you can feel. I wonder if there are places in your body that feel more relaxed than others. Perhaps your shoulders feel more relaxed than your neck. Perhaps your legs feel more relaxed than your arms. I don't know, and it really doesn't matter. All that matters is that you feel comfortable, that's all. Four steps down the staircase, perhaps feeling already places in your body beginning to relax. I wonder if the deep, relaxing, restful heaviness in your forehead is already beginning to spread and flow down across your eyes, down across your face, into your mouth and jaw, down through your neck, deep, restful, heavy. Five steps down the staircase, a quarter of the way down, and already beginning, perhaps, really to enjoy your relaxation and comfort. Six steps down the staircase, perhaps beginning to notice that all of the sounds which were distracting become less so. That all the sounds you can hear become part of your experience of comfort and relaxation. Anything you can notice becomes a part of your experience of comfort and relaxation. Seven steps down the staircase, that's fine. Perhaps noticing the heavy, restful, comfortably relaxing feeling spreading down into your shoulders and into your arms. I wonder if you notice that one arm feels heavier than the other. Perhaps your left arm feels a bit heavier than your right. Perhaps your right arm feels heavier than your left. I don't know. And it really doesn't matter. Perhaps they're both equally comfortably heavy. It really doesn't matter. Just letting yourself become more and more aware of that comfortable heaviness. Or is it a feeling of lightness? I really don't know. And it really doesn't matter. 8 steps down the staircase. Perhaps noticing that even as you relax, your heart seems to beat more faster and harder than what you might have expected it to. Perhaps noticing the tingling in your fingers. Perhaps wondering about the fluttering of your heavy eyelids. 9 steps down the staircase, breathing comfortably slowly and deeply restful, noticing that heaviness really beginning to sink in as you continue to notice the pleasant, restful, comfortable relaxation just spreading through your body. 10 steps down the staircase, halfway to the bottom of the staircase, wondering perhaps what might be happening, perhaps wondering if anything is happening at all, and yet knowing that it really doesn't matter, feeling so pleasantly restful, just continuing to notice the growing, spreading, comfortable relaxation. 11 steps down the staircase, noticing that as you feel increasingly heavy, more and more comfortable, there's nothing to bother you, nothing to disturb you as you become deeper and deeper relaxed. 12 steps down the staircase. I wonder if you notice how easily you can hear the sound of my voice, how easily you can understand the words that I say, with nothing to bother, nothing to disturb. 13 steps down the staircase, feeling more and more the real enjoyment of this relaxation and comfort. 14 steps down the staircase, noticing perhaps the sinking, restful pleasantness as your body seems to just sink down deeper and deeper into the chair with nothing to bother, nothing to disturb. As though the chair or couch or bed or whatever it is that you're laying in or sitting in holds you comfortably and warmly. 15 steps down the staircase, 3/4 of the way down the staircase, deeper and deeper relaxed, absolutely nothing to do at all, but just enjoy yourself. 16 steps down the staircase, wondering perhaps what to experience at the bottom of the staircase, and yet knowing how much more ready you already feel to become deeper and deeper relaxed, more and more comfortable with nothing to bother, nothing to disturb you. 17 steps down the staircase, closer and closer to the bottom, perhaps feeling your heart beating harder and harder, perhaps feeling the heaviness in your arms and legs becoming more clearly comfortable, knowing that nothing really matters except your enjoyment of your experience of comfortable relaxation with nothing to bother, nothing to disturb. 18 steps down the staircase, almost at the bottom, with nothing to bother you, nothing to disturb you, as you continue to go deeper and deeper relaxed, heavy, comfortable, restful. 19 steps down the staircase, almost at the bottom of the staircase, with There's nothing to bother, nothing to disturb you as you continue to feel more and more comfortable, more and more rested, more and more comfortable. Just nothing. And now, 20. The bottom of the staircase. Deeply, deeply relaxed, deeper with every breath you take. As you've come to the bottom of the staircase, there is some sort of entrance, door, portal, something that is at the bottom of the staircase that will allow you to be able to step into your inner self. I want you to wait for a second to prepare yourself to do so that you can understand what it is you're going to be doing. It is safe because you are the one that is going to be creating healing or repair to yourself. And so you can have that feeling of safety and comfort. Really notice how comfortable you feel, because you're going to take that with you as you go into this process. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for anything that you find inside that would indicate that it needs a repair. Whether that is dials and switches that have been turned up too much, or perhaps there's some wiring that has been frayed. Whatever it is, you're going to be able to find it. And you're going to be able to make an adjustment, whether that is that you need to tighten up some bolts, or tighten or loosen some screws, or whether it is that you need to fix some wiring, or change the levels on some dials. You'll be able to understand what it is you need to do. So as you've prepared yourself, I want you to take a moment to really look at and see and feel what this entrance looks like to you. And then go ahead and take out the key that you have, as only you have the ability to access this, so that you can unlock that portal or gate or door, and then step through and lock it behind you. And then I want you to really look around you. With all of your senses, I want you to experience where you are, what this looks like, what it feels like. And I'm going to give you a moment to explore your surroundings, to look for anything that needs to be repaired. First, take an inventory, and then as we finish the inventory, then we'll move to the next step of actually making the repairs. So I'm just going to give you a moment to do that inventory to see what needs to be repaired. okay. Do not worry if you feel like you haven't found everything. It's all right. This is not the only time that you'll be able to come in and help yourself to make repairs. Each time that you choose to do this again, you'll be able to find anything that you missed before, so that you'll be able to make those repairs, so that you'll be able to more appropriately respond to the environment around you. So now I want you to go ahead and begin to make those repairs. I want you to really look and think about the things that you had identified that need to be repaired. And I want you to begin to do that, starting with what is most important, because we might not get to all of the things that need to be repaired today, and that's okay. So take a moment and just begin to do what you need to do to make those corrections, make those repairs. Just really pay attention to what is around you. Feel your hands moving as you make those repairs. Feel your body moving as you continue to examine, or perhaps you need to turn or twist or get under something. Just really notice the feeling of that and how good it feels to work on yourself. Notice how good it feels to put the energy and effort into making these repairs for yourself. Notice that. Notice how kind it feels. Notice how energizing it feels. Notice how compassionate it feels as you can really take care of yourself. And I'll give you a moment to work on those repairs. Notice yourself beginning to feel more complete, more whole. As these repairs are made, notice how you start to feel like a complete person, a whole person. You've done some very good work today. I want you to prepare yourself to finish up whatever it is that you're working on right now, to make that last repair. And then begin to prepare yourself to come out of that space, to return back towards where the staircase was, through the exit. And as you come to the exit, and I want you to once again step through and lock it, as no one else has the ability to enter, only you do. And then I'm going to have you come back up the staircase, but this is going to be a little bit more rapid. I'm going to have you step up the staircase 2 at a time because you feel so much better. You feel so much more whole. You have the energy to come up the staircase 2 at a time. And so for each number that I am going to say, and I'll be counting from 10 to 1, you'll take 2 steps up the staircase. And as you do that, you're going to become more and more awake, more and more alert. Starting with 10, stepping up. 9, beginning to become more awake and alert. 8, coming up. 7, more and more awake, more and more alert. 6, maybe becoming aware of your physical surroundings, the feeling of the chair or bed or couch against your back. 5, 4, 3, starting to move your body around. 2, and 1, becoming fully awake and fully alert. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that this message has been as meaningful to you as it has been to us. If you're looking for help, you can find us on Facebook at Humanizing Mental Health.